All right, we've done all the planning, we've done all the shopping, and today we're going to execute. Not only that, in 15 days from today, we're gonna be eating from this garden. And so, just like any project would start by cleaning up what we had. And so that's what we're going to be doing, clearing this area, and then we'll start building up our garden beds. So what we're gonna do now is gonna plant over that grass that is down. We're going to sheet mulch it. We're gonna put some cardboard and newspaper, thick layer of it to keep the weeds in, to keep the weeds, to kill the weeds essentially, and turn that into soil eventually. So we'll fill up the beds with the soil mix that we've prepared. Okay. Our garden beds are in place. I'm going to show you something here. I put that landscaping fabric around the beds. This is optional. I have done it with cardboard before, newspapers, or if you want your grass, your lawn to grow around, that's fine too. One thing that I've noticed with keeping the grass is that you really have to keep an eye on it, because otherwise the grass will get into your beds. And that's kind of why I'm using, that's why I'm using the landscaping fabric. But this is what is important. And so down here we're gonna put a layer of newspaper. I'm gonna use cardboard, and I'm gonna use all of this. This is my feed bags. I have plenty of those, and some cardboard. This might be enough, otherwise I'll use some newspaper. But it has to be a thick layer, because what we're gonna do is just gonna buffer those weeds. We're gonna stop them from growing. We're gonna kill them essentially. And so, and all that green that is there is gonna turn into organic material. So we're gonna turn that into compost. Okay, I run out of cardboard, or in this case feed bags, so I switched over to newspaper, thick layers of newspaper. I want them to overlap. So, and just to give you an idea about, this is like one whole newspaper, and so I want to do that thick. Remember, this is to prevent the weeds from coming from below. What I would like to do now, I'm getting ready to start putting on my soil here. This is a great moment to add any kind of kitchen scraps or compost, that's not finished. This is a great moment to add that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add a little bit of compost, unfinished compost, just to get this thing started, and that's going to be my next step. Springtime, so grass clippings are great. If you have leaves from last fall that are piling somewhere in your yard, that's excellent. And so what we're going to do, spread that thing out. to start adding our soil. And you could do two things. You could mix your soil mixed separately. So remind you, 2 parts of compost, 1 part vermiculite, 1 part peat moss. Or you can do the way I'm gonna do it the lazy way, just add layers of one the other, kind of eyeballing my proportions. But okay, so here's my peat moss and vermiculite mix. Actually, I'm gonna mix it and put it on top. Alright, so we have the bed is all filled, several layers, all to capacity. I estimate this to be about 12 cubic feet. And so here we have our seeds, and I guess the easiest way for me to do this is by combining seeds in groups. You don't want big seeds and small seeds all combined, because then when you broadcast them, the big ones will fall in the same place. We got a little sorrel in it. We're gonna add a little arugula. So what I'm gonna do is just spray them or broadcast them. By doing so, we're essentially colonizing this. And I'm gonna do some fennel seeds. Fennel could have gone with the previous batch, but hey. And here I'm gonna put some calendula flowers. Somebody's trying to get me wet. Somebody's trying to get me wet. Look, there's bugs already flying over it. I'm thinking, what a salad bar is being planted here for us. And some of those beneficial bugs are welcome. They really are welcome. And so, as I was saying before, you see, this is going to be so densely populated that there's not going to be much room there for weeds. So your weeds are going to be lettuces, and your weeds are going to be carrots and all those things. And those are weeds that we're all willing to pull. So now we have some peas, and these are sugar snap peas, and just gonna these ones are gonna need a little work. They have to be worked into the soil, and I'm not planting that many. Now, I'm interested in the nitrogen fixing abilities or properties of those beans or peas, I should say. And the same thing is going to be with my fava beans. So I'm going to plant about 6 of them. 1, 2. Finally, I'm going to put down 3 cabbages. Now these guys, they take quite a bit of space, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them on at the corners. So one will be right here. Next one is going to be in the opposite corner. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a thin layer of that peat moss vermiculite mix, just to cover everything, so that everything has a little cover. Give it a little sprinkle now. And now we just come out, water it every day, we check for things every day, and in 15 days, 2 weeks from today, I'm gonna be harvesting from here, and we're gonna be eating microgreens from this garden bed. I hope that this has been useful to you, that you've been inspired to begin your polyculture and to do a little garden bed like this one, and to start eating from it pretty soon. Thank you for watching all this series, and if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do so. Send your comments below and keep checking for updates, because I'm going to be updating on this as the days go by. Well, thank you so much for watching, and blessings to all.